Groups across Texas made their way to our border with Mexico. They wanted to see the illegal immigration crisis firsthand. Grassroots America's executive director, Joanne Fleming, was one of the members who made that trip. KETK's Garrett Sanders joins us live in the News Update Center with her perspective.
Casey, underfunded and understaffed were just a few of the ways Fleming described the Border Patrol's conditions. It's an issue she says shouldn't merely concern the southern parts of our state, but our nation as a whole. The constant flow of illegal immigrants crossing the Texas-Mexican border brought leaders of conservative groups to see the situation firsthand.
We wanted to actually see for ourselves, even in some of the restricted areas, how easy it is to actually enter the United States illegally.
So Joanne Fleming with Grassroots America, We the People, and around 20 others wanted to see just how difficult it was to cross the border.
We stood on the banks of the Rio Grande in the Rio Grande Valley sector on Saturday, and we weren't even trying to hide. And two boats came up and down the river and didn't even notice us.
She said after seeing the landscape and speaking with many officials on the ground, she was told the resources just aren't there.
The Border Patrol's hours have been cut. Border Patrol doesn't have the manpower it needs to do the job. Some of the Border Patrol agents have been actually redirected away from the border back into the interior of the United States to do things like community outreach.
She says much of the focus has been on the children, but according to her conversations, that's not the real issue.
Border Patrol will tell you that the children are about 1 in 4 of all the illegal crossings. Now, what we want to put a spotlight on are the dangerous criminal elements pouring over the border.
A problem, she says, has already found its way to East Texas.
We are really sure that there are criminal elements that are hiding out in some of our Texas cities because law enforcement is not even allowed to inquire about legal status. We have a recipe for disaster right here in Texas, and Texas is a gateway to the rest of the United States.
Fleming wants people to call their local representatives and demand more support for those defending the Texas border. And if you would like a link to the Texas Gang Threat Assessment Report, we'll have that link on our website, KETKNBC.com, shortly after this newscast. Live News Update Center, Garrett Sanders, KETK News.
The preliminary autopsy